Welcome to the weekly art vlog, everybody. You know, life as an artist is definitely not a race, it is a journey. And I think in large part that's because great art is really a luxury in life. And the sooner we understand that as individual creators, the sooner we realize the importance of focusing on long-term goals and craftsmanship in our work. So throughout this episode, I want to talk a little bit about one of the greatest challenges we face as creators, and that's figuring out the value of our work, or maybe better put, figuring out the value of you, the individual artist. You see, in my mind, I really don't have any competition. I don't really need to know what any of my competitors are charging because I know the value of my individual time. Yet I do see through my social feeds constantly these flash sales and all sorts of gimmicks going on where they're trying to find ways to get people through the door. And they're treating their work more like a commodity, whereas I'm focused on working with clients who are seeking an opportunity to have artistry in their life and to find that life experience of working with an artist. So I'm hoping really to make you think about the importance of slowing down, doing personal work, and putting craftsmanship first. Secondarily, I want to take you behind the scenes of a journey I went on this week to step completely out of my comfort zone, performing on a large stage in front of a pretty big audience this week, and how my passion for music is giving me opportunities to introduce my photography, my paintings, my fashions to new audiences on an ongoing basis. You know, you don't get anywhere if you don't step out of your comfort zone. And even in these social media times, you've got to find ways to break on through to the other side. And I'm hoping to make you think about that and make you realize that it's all about making personal connections in person. Hey, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to the art studio. I'm going to be stretching one of these giant canvases today. I wrapped my last piece and now it's time to get another one done, start anew. So, you know, I was thinking today, one of the things that we have to figure out as artists is what is our own value? What is the value of the work that we create? What is the value of our own personal time? And that's not an easy thing to do, and it varies in some ways depending upon whether you are a painter, a musician, writer, photographer, filmmaker.
Are you nervous?
I'm not really nervous. I think it's just going to be fun to participate, you know?
It's kind of like, you know, the Grammys. Like, I'm just excited to be participating and nominated.
Yeah,
right?
Something like that.
You know.
I suppose.
It's going to be cool. I mean,
it's going to be cool.
I can't wait to see this theater.
Oh, the theater is really beautiful.
All about
It's all classic.
So,
yeah.
So this is going to be fun.
So let's welcome, please, Charles Maring, everybody.
What's happening, everybody? Look at this place, boy. It's beautiful. Something about a rainy day, you know, makes me feel a little nostalgic and whatnot. Reminisce about places and family and whatnot. So I'm gonna play a couple of originals that are just kind of a little on the softer side. Hope you like them. This is a song about you know, surviving as an artist in the city, and you know, I think in life we all have our struggles, but if we can find some beauty in the struggle, it can be a beautiful thing, especially when we look back at it. And this is a little New York story called "Forgive Me." It depends on where you live, most certainly, the cost of living of where you live. You know, I know in Connecticut and New York where we are, the cost of living is extremely high. That's different from the cost of living in a small town, you know, middle of nowhere. And so we have to take all of that into account when it comes to our survival, and you have to take that into account as well. Only got one soul, only got one life. I'm just a man, and I'm trying hard to And one of the challenges artists in particular face is that they love what they do so much. They have so much passion for the work that they're doing that they're willing to do it for free. If it weren't for those pesky bills, electric bills, house payments, cars, everything that goes into just living life. And every week I do stuff for free artistically in some form or fashion, in hopes that it allows me to grow personally, not just financially. And the truth is, success is a balance between having the things that we love and want and having the things that we need and having personal growth as well. If I play this song a couple of times, forgive me. It's that song about her, always on my mind. 'Cause I'm just a man, and I'm trying hard to give her a better life. I barely have a plan, but I hold on to her all my might. Forgive me. Every week I do something quote unquote for free artistically. When it comes to music, for instance, I try to get out and play a venue or two every week. And what that's allowing me to do is to network with other creative people and introduce myself and all that I do to others. So, sometimes you have to do work that you do that you're passionate about, not for money, but just for the sake of your own personal growth, or for the sake of getting out of your comfort zone, or combining it all in a way to be social instead of stuck behind the computer all the time or in front of the canvas. Because if you're going to build relationships that last, you're not going to do that online. You're not going to do it on the computer. You're going to do it in person by building true, strong personal relationships. You got to be social. And I'm trying hard to get by. But I barely have a plan. I'm just trying to get home to see my wife. Forgive me. Oh God, forgive me. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So I have this guitar at home. It's nothing special. It's not expensive or anything. It's all beat up, got scratches, dust all over it, and it has its own sound though. And what makes it special, it was my dad's, and I lost him to cancer several years ago, and sometimes I pick it up and play it, and I can feel his hands in the guitar, and so I wrote this little song about that. So hope you like it. I think a lot of artists, especially those just starting out, they place short-term profits or making a little bit of money on their work over their long-term goals. My old man's guitar was all beat up, rusty strings and a dusty top, but every once in a while I pick it up. And my suggestion is to learn your craft. Become good at what you do first, even if you have to have a second job. Tell the story all the time about how I used to clean restaurants at night and hope the phone rang during the day to kickstart my photography career, to have the time to dedicate to that craft and grow for years before I started photographing professionally. Feel like a kid again. Learning from him year after year, inspiring me. Yeah, he lives on. Every time I pick up my old man's guitar. But with painting, I'm 8 years into painting, and I'm a good 3 years into building this collection. And I'm in no hurry to do that. My photography allows me to fund doing my painting and doing all the other artistic things that I do. So it is kind of like a second job, if you will. And so, yeah, I knew it took me a good 4 or 5 years to figure out that I had a vision in painting and to figure out that I was good at it. And so it's just now that this collection is coming to life and I see the value of it. So it's hard to build value into your work until you know that your work is actually good. That definitely makes a difference in determining that, regardless of the market you're in. But of course, yes, the market you're in does matter. But you can start thinking globally about your work if it's really good. Then the market doesn't matter so much. It's the internet age. We can reach anywhere, anytime. My old man's guitar. My old man's guitar. My old man's guitar. So yes, focus on the long-term goals that you have, not just the short-term financial gain. I say that because if you focus on becoming really great at what you do, and you do become really great at what you do, your value will go up tremendously, and you'll understand your value that much more. You can't sell anything without having pride in your work and the backbone to do so. But once you are confident in your work, that gives you the ability to say, I know what this is worth, and it's worth every single penny. Our channel focuses on creativity, living the dream, and a positive outlook. Subscribe and join us. Go behind the scenes via our vlog, but also learn from us via tech talks, tutorials, and reviews from the perspective of 2 full-time artists at work.